Hi.
Where's Jared gonna sit?
Oh my God. Oh, he's not coming in.
Oh.
There you go. Yeah, a little bit more of you. How about that? Is that better? Is that better? More Todd. Good hair day today, at least. A little crooked. Can you deal with that?
Hit the record over there.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
Wait,
this
I feel like
is
I feel like
another.
we
Oh,
should-
you want to do an
we
intro
should
song?
Plan.
Okay. It's playing in.
Plan us in. I think that's only appropriate. It's but yet another episode of the Monday M.A.S.S. and another person that we have to mourn their passing. It
God.
fucking sucks, dude. What is going on?
It's been a really rough start of the year.
Yeah.
You know, we can celebrate the life of our fallen friend O, aka Otis Bartholomew, aka Narcake. Just the best dude ever.
I'm gonna go live on my phone too. Fuck it. I don't care.
Go live on your phone.
Try to stop me from doing what I want to do. How do you go live again?
Oh my gosh. We were just in the middle of a tribute.
Okay, but
O would have actually laughed at that.
this is we're real.
Yeah.
Where's the Do you have a thing I can?
I got you a tech deck though.
Oh, sick. Oh, a
New
new
deal.
deal tech deck.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, bro.
See? That's not gonna work. Todd's angle is gonna suck.
My angle always sucks. That's what my. Never mind.
What?
I can't say that out loud.
That's what she said?
What can I use?
Oh my god. Use a video camera.
I'm gonna use a video camera to prop up this. Look, everybody. I'm going live.
Great start.
Don't even worry about it. This is how we do it here at the Monday M.A.S.S. HQ.
Yeah, make sure you're getting enough of me in there. That's what the people want.
There we go.
We're live all over the place.
We're checking the
This
connection.
is the Monday M.A.S.S. It's February 20th, 2023. And as we were talking about, straight from the jump, we've got to say thank you to O for the years of inspiration. I'm sure most of the people that watch this show, listen to this show, know by now our dear friend Otis Bartholomew passed away last week, suddenly and sadly.
His contributions to like the San Diego music scene and
Oh my God,
skateboarding in
skateboarding.
general. You know, I didn't realize it, but O came up with Tomieto.
Yes.
And it was like the 1-800 number was like people were trying to figure out like what the letters were
Right.
on your phone when you dial the like some 1-800 number, and
Yeah.
it ended up being Tumyeto, and that's where Tomieto came from.
No way.
From O. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
told that this weekend.
The man had his own language. He was truly one of a kind.
And fucking Fluff is a really good band, and if anyone
Fluff,
out there
all of
has
You need the catalog, huh?
I need the catalog. The first two Fluff albums are really good. They were like basically the soundtrack of like Transworld Video Magazine, 411 Video Magazine. Like they were like that like I guess like mid 90s. It just like
straightforward
straight
power punk
yeah,
rock.
it's freaking great, dude.
That song that you played on the top of the show, actually, I used that in Daredevils, my first ever like real video surfing part, and I think that's where I kind of became friends with O back in 1995, 1994. I reached out and asked him to use his song, and I
He
mean
was down.
since then and way beyond, there's been so many just great memories of O. Like we could talk about him for 5 hours, but I think
let's rip into this podcast.
just celebrate his life, celebrate.
Just
your
once again,
friends.
and we're super sick of saying this, but
Yeah.
you treat your friends like it's the last time you'll fucking see them when you guys are hanging out having a good time, because there's way too many people dying recently, and I am sick and tired of it, and so now I'm treating everyone
Right?
that I see when I
Yeah.
leave, not you though, like other people.
I got a hug. I got a
Anyway,
hug.
that's just kind of how I'm running my program now. All right, so
we will have a special musical guest coming on the show. We got Jared Mattson coming in, which is going to be awesome. He's got a new solo album out.
He kicked his twin brother off the island,
Well,
huh?
he's still on tour with the Mattson too, so you can do it congruently.
God, that's probably gonna be awkward.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird.
You drop a solo album while you're still on tour with your twin brother.
Trust me. To ask the guys and cut you up. What's it like? 'Cause, my solo career has been very successful.
All right, so I'm gonna rip through the sponsors.
Oh my gosh!
Here we go. At Mountain High. At Mountain High Snow.
Great
MT High Snow. Mountain High is the closest resort to us here in the San Diego area.
You blew it.
I didn't blow it. But you can ride a K2 snowboard there if you want at K2.snowboarding. Chris, you got your K2 snowboard over there that's still on the freaking plastic. I don't know what you're going for with that, but maybe take it out of the plastic so that you can give the impression to people that you're actually going to go snowboarding this year.
Light Snowdium 6669 says, no question this week. Just want to comment as to how much I enjoy the Monday M.A.S.S ad block. And I said, who do you like better, me or Todd? And he said,
me.
Wow, I feel like a big contributor to the show. Thank you. But Todd does kind of have a knack for adverts.
Wow. See? So that basically means...
He didn't say he liked you better. He just said
he
you had
did.
a knack for adverts.
At Pedal.electric. Do you want an e-bike that can take you up a hill faster than your friends? Well, buy a Pedal Electric e-bike. They've got two motors, one on the front, one in the back. Woo! Things are savage. Bachan's Japanese barbecue sauce. At Try Bachan's. Look, dude. Bachan's is just the best. And you should get it and try it on some rice, some fish, some chicken. I don't care. Put it on there. It's going to make your life better. I guarantee you that while
Somebody
you're eating.
Just posted something about Bachan's.
At Herschel Supply. Chris, I used my Herschel Supply work gloves this weekend. I was kind of out in the yard being a man.
Man, I saved those gloves. I do not work in those gloves.
Doing
I
some
love
leveling.
them so
Can I
much.
have your gloves?
No.
Oh.
I don't work in them. That's why I want to keep them.
Dude. You have those supple
Plush
hands.
leather gloves.
It's just super beta hands you've got going
Master.
on right now. Beneath Apparel at BN3TH Apparel. I don't need to see it, but Chris is definitely wearing them. I'm also wearing them. It's
Mine say radical.
fantastic underwear. At Bubs Naturals.
All the undergarments you could want.
At Bubs Naturals. Chris, that's yours. Take it.
Hi, Bubs Naturals is keeping me young. I want to die young as late as possible. Their motto, and it's collagen. It's MCT brain oil. I use it on myself, my kids, my mom, all my family members, all my friends. I'm always recommending Bubs. It's the best, and
Smear some.
It's a way to keep your bones
Smear
strong,
some Bubs Naturals on you.
skin healthier. Like today, I'm having a good
All
hair
right,
day.
look,
and I thank
the viewers
Bubs.
are just dropping off here. Like as soon as you start to do
said
the
I'm
ad
doing
block,
the ad block,
I
and
said
so
to do
you
that
just
one.
handed
I didn't
that
say to
off.
take up half the ad block trying to get Bubs Naturals.
What are you gonna say
message
about
across.
Pannikin coffee and tea?
Pannikin Coffee and Tea gets you jacked up for the day. If you're in Encinitas or San Diego County, drink some coffee at Pannikin Coffee and Tea.
Their sales just went through the roof.
It's no
because of what
bullshit,
you said.
and it'll jack you up, and it's
We can jack you
historic.
down too. Jack you up
Nanocraft
and down.
CBD. At Nanocraft CBD, CBD products are still hot. Have you heard about that?
CBD, THC, Delta 6. Come on.
What's that?
That's their THC gummy.
It's called Delta 6.
Delta 9.
You should
I don't know.
probably-
It's science. It's
Damn,
scientific.
dude, your messaging is really off here.
Yours is off.
At Pure Prescriptions. At Pure Prescriptions, they've got a whole bunch of different supplements
Did you
you
see
can
my
take.
post about them?
I did. The best one for me has to be the Perfect Immune because everyone's freaking sick.
I go
dude.
Perfect Immune, zinc, vitamin D, the gummies, and vitamin C.
That's right. That's right. You treat
I
your
do it all.
body like a temple.
My
At
body's
Hansen
a wonderland.
Surfboards. At Hansen Surfboards, down the street from us, a very historic surf shop here in Encinitas. They've got everything you want. Snowboards, surfboards,
Snurboards.
boogie boards. They've got hula shirts, straw hats, freaking sandals, jackets.
I went into Hansen the other day, and surf trunks are coming out.
That is
Summer
great.
stuff's coming.
At diecutstickers.com. Die Cut Stickers, DOTCOM. Do you have
On
some
Instagram.
custom stickers you want to come up with? Well,
Honestly,
What?
this is something that we talk about often. Any sticker idea you have,
any sticker idea.
and you should make one, Todd.
I'm going to.
I already made one.
I had the one that says was my nickname in high school, and I have a new one that's coming out.
I had that one.
That is, it says saying Frontside Indy, and you put it on all the stop signs around town. Stop saying Frontside Indy.
Okay.
Or
Well, do it. All you need to do is reach out to our guy Jerry at diecutstickers.com. I
Chris.
made a sticker. I made a new one.
what is it?
It says, I saw Chris Coté solo, and it was, and then there's a line, so you can write your own comment on the stickers. It's like a Mad Lib sticker.
I went to Chris Coté's solo show, and all I got was these lousy herpes.
Yeah.
Camp Shred's coming,
Camp
Chris.
Shred.
It's the biggest surfboard equipment demo on the planet.
That's
and it's
right.
March 4th and 5th at San Elijo Campgrounds here in Cardiff, and you can go down there and I don't know, you can
Surfboards, wetsuits, skateboards.
What's it like demoing
fins.
a wetsuit? As soon
they
as I
wash
put a
it off
wetsuit
and-
on, I pee in my wetsuit.
Well, maybe don't do that in a demo wetsuit.
Do you think people can really hold off peeing in the wetsuit?
I can't.
All right.
But don't demo a wetsuit after me. It's a really fun weekend. You should, if you want to camp overnight on March 4th, you better get on it quick because those campsites fill up. It's truly one of the most fun, surfed out, awesome weekends ever. All the cool board companies are there. We got, I actually curated the musical stage. We got Miniaturized. We got the Cabs, Trouble in the Wind. We got the Saloon Solutions. We got Second Harvest. And we got Drug Hunt and DJ Abby Normal, DJ Chris Cantori, all weekend long. Tons of just awesome things happening.
Hey everyone, if you guys are watching on our my live stream, hold your questions because there will be places for your questions.
Are you gonna go? You're really gonna go
Yeah,
back
I'm
and answer?
I'm gonna freaking take them right out. No, they're gonna do it live because we're gonna force them to stay with us the whole time. Okay, here we go. So, Chris.
New segment.
Oh my God, what is this new segment?
This is the same new segment we did last week.
What's the new segment?
2 nice things I saw last week.
See, now there's a lot of pressure on me because I don't know if I even saw any nice things last
then
week.
Maybe you don't have to answer. Maybe your week is full of shitty things.
What did you see?
Here's one thing nice I saw last week. I was dropping my son off at his buddy's house. I drove by the little skate park up here, the Ashtray, aka Loose Side. And I saw about 12 girls roller skating. And I was driving, and that's Reef. That was your daughter and all her friends. And they were roller skating, doing like laps. And as I was driving by, I looked over, and I could see smiles. They were smiling. They were having fun. And I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That was one nice thing. And then the other
That's
nice thing I saw was Unwound and karate.
Oh, you saw karate?
Up in downtown LA Saturday night. Oh, my God, what a show.
I loved karate.
They sounded exactly like the album. Perfect.
Dude,
and
that's
Unwound
sick.
sounded even better than the album.
That's
craziness.
Awesome. Let's see. What else do we got coming down the line here? Anything else in the 2 nice things that Chris saw last week?
I've been seeing a lot of lovely, amazing tributes to our friend O.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone from Thurston Moore, from Sonic Youth, Tony Hawk, J.A.M.A.S.S is. I mean, the guys love spread around the world. So that's actually 3 nice things I saw last week. So you don't have to have one if you don't want one. I'm just sad you didn't see anything nice.
I probably did.
Did you see a cat doing something nice? What made you happy? What did you see that just made you happy?
Oh, so this morning I went and I have like a high tide novelty spot when it's little.
Yeah.
And there was there was like 3 of us in the water, and the other 2 people were these 2 kids riding the backwash smash off of the bluff.
Oh, riding it out.
And they were having the best time ever.
That's
See?
so nice.
Okay. I saw that.
Surf News brought to you by Hansen Surfboards. Oh, wait. Let's get our guest in here.
Already?
Yeah, because I told him I'd call him.
All right. Special guest here. Not only is he an accomplished jazz musician, now going solo.
Well, not going. He's got a solo.
He's got a solo album. Also, the brother of Zero skateboarder Micah Mattson.
That's his new song. Oh yes.
All right, turn it off. Now
Okay, we were
you're
just
making
listening to this jam.
you're making it weird.
Oh my gosh! Hey, was that weird to hear your song when you?
No.
Okay, that was normal.
Jared, how often? Hello. Hi, Jared.
Hi, Todd.
That's Todd.
Hi. How often do you? Is it weird if you're a musician to like listen to your own music? Kind of like if you're like a professional skater, like to wear your own T-shirts, like weird.
You know what, dude? Are we on the air right now?
Yeah, no, we're going.
We're in. We're deep.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, welcome.
You know what? I listen to it religiously up until the release, when it or until it's finished. So, because you're constantly doing work on it, it's almost like you mentioned skating. It's like perfecting a trick or a part. You're gonna keep trying that until you freaking nail it.
Yeah.
And so there's things that I'll hear in the mix as I'm driving my car that are not good, so I have to take out. So I have to listen to it a ton. So yeah, there's a lot of listening.
See, that's like when
Okay.
you're practicing.
I was
a
just
trick.
curious.
That was a perfect point. So,
But it's-
for those of you out
Yeah.
there, if you don't know, Jared Mattson is an amazing human being, a great musician, just an awesome fellow. He's very funny, and he is part of a band called Mattson 2, and also just released a solo record that is hype, fun, unique, is beautiful music. Before we get to the solo record, give us a little primer. Mattson 2. So the first time I heard this band, I immediately thought this is some kind of post-apocalyptic surf rock jazz. I love it. Twin brothers playing in this band, and you quickly became darlings of the surf world by becoming featured in many Thomas Campbell videos.
Right.
Tell us about the connection between Mattson 2 and surfing.
Wow. I think you just said it. So no, I'm just kidding. It's definitely the connection of Thomas Campbell putting our music in his movies. For one, as you said, but that came from the relationship our older brother Micah had with Thomas Campbell.
Okay.
So basically, what happened was they were good friends, and we were playing our jazzy jazz, 15 years old in the room, and Micah came. I remember a vivid memory of him coming in the room holding the phone up to our playing, and I didn't know who was on the other line, and it turned out to be Thomas. And then 2 days later, he came over to the house, and he gave us a bunch of CDs and records, and we listened to a bunch of music together. And he's like basically said, take all this in and start writing some songs, and we'll see if we can put you on the label and sign you.
Damn.
Wow.
Release your record.
Just like that.
That's insane.
And so the surfing connection is that, like you said, so from those records that we made, we not only played music for the movies, we would play all the openings for the surf premieres, which is like super old school style. And then on top of that, we would also play art galleries, where Barry McGee was at, and, Ray Barbie, Tom Guerrero were playing too. And it just started all from there. That was literally 20 years ago. Aaron Rose, the art curator who showed a lot of those artists' work to the world, did a show in LA, and he has photos from that night.
That's
Hell
awesome.
yes. See, that's beautiful and organic. I love it.
Right.
So Mattson 2 has been in a bunch of videos, and I remember that. Oh, thank you, by the way, for letting me open and DJ with Mattson 2 at Soda Bar a couple weeks ago while on tour.
Oh, I was going to say, I was listening to you guys, your IG live, Todd, and I was at your solo show.
Yeah, I know. I saw you. I loved it.
That was awesome.
So you just have so much music flowing out of you that you decided that Mattson 2, which I know you're touring with, constantly releasing music, you have that going on, but you had so much flowing through you that you just had to put more on wax. So tell us about the genesis of Jared Mattson's solo. Jared Mattson plays guitar in Mattson 2 and bass and sings.
Yes.
But
Yes.
now you're releasing some solo album, a solo album.
Right. Right. Did Todd say that what a great, bold move to go on to announce your solo project while you're on tour with the Mattson?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
what's
Who said
going on
that?
there? Like, is your brother's like, you are?
I told him it's not awkward.
Exactly. Well, dude, on a little more serious note, the way it kind of started was just different growth dynamics. I live a very different life than my twin brother with 2 kids. So the Mattson 2 became a little harder to do and coordinate, and COVID wrecked it anyway. So I actually took the isolation pretty seriously for a while, and I literally just stayed in my cabin for like months making that record.
Wow.
And Jonathan was in a process and a headspace where he was more interested in the business side of music, like booking shows. So he's actually my booking agent now. So we kind of just had a talk together, and we have no intention of, closing down Mattson 2, but we did have these other endeavors that we were interested in pursuing, and it was just a very mutual, cool thing.
Yeah.
Rad.
Yeah, and you guys were just on tour with Paul Cherry, and I think you're going
Yeah.
back out on tour with Mattson 2. Paul Cherry again. Paul Cherry, amazing. Also, Well was a really great band you guys had playing the other night. But now you have a solo tour about to start is just 2 songs off the album have been dropped. Correct? We just played one of them, and then you have a
You
Ween
have all
cover.
of them, but only 2 have been dropped to the normal people.
I have them all, Todd. I've got all the songs. Jared actually gave me a Jared Mattson solo CD 5 years ago.
So
And there was hammers on that.
You've been sitting on this for a while, is what you're
I
saying.
never told Todd about your solo music, Jared. I just wanted to keep it for myself.
Well, that's great. I love how you let your host in on what you're planning. For
I'm not privy to most things. Jared, I'm gonna switch gears here because I know you're a very big nerd like I am about things.
Yeah.
Have you been watching The Last of Us?
Oh my goodness, yes.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
And you guys played through the game, correct?
I only played a little bit of the game at your very good friend and my brother Mike's house.
Oh,
I
okay.
never finished the game.
All right, but
I love video games though.
But you're down with the show.
I'm super down with it. That's one of the best shows I've seen since I don't know what, Sopranos or something.
Yeah, that's
agreed.
sick.
And who's your favorite surfer?
Oh, my favorite surfer?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's a hard one. Probably Joel Tudor or Alex Knost.
Okay, good. What about who's your favorite skateboarder?
Favorite skateboarder? Ooh. Growing up, I always loved Aaron Harrison.
Hairball.
Because I loved his. Yeah, that's what they call him.
Aaron Harrison dropped in on the Encinitas.
Oh, the first
Hairball.
Yeah. Okay.
That was a deep
But my favorite skateboarder is probably Jamie Thomas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zero team.
Yeah.
I love it. So Jared, when can we hear the whole record, and when does the tour start, and where are you going?
Dude, the record is going to come out May 31st.
Okay.
I'm sorry, March 31st. March 31st.
Oh, even sooner.
Exactly. And all the tour info is on my IG, which is Jared Mattson Music. But the tour starts in Costa Mesa, May 23rd.
Boom.
It'll go from May 23rd to June 20th.
All right. I love it. I love the whole record. I love the songs that are out now on Spotify and iTunes and everywhere.
Thank you.
So listen to those. Watch the video.
Can I ask something, Chris?
Yeah.
I feel like this is a nice opportunity because we're all from Encinitas.
Okay.
To, enlighten people on Encinitas folklore. Like right now, Encinitas is just a place where people go and get like fancy donuts now and bread.
Yep.
But it's like, it was not, when we were growing up, it was like not the cool place to live. Like no one really cared. Like I never thought it would be on the map as like a hipster freaking hangout, you know?
Yeah.
But it made me think of the Santa Fe house.
Oh yeah.
How that was just this iconic thing only in Encinitas that had so much culture. Like, what do you guys have any like stories from the Santa Fe house?
Oh my God.
And tell us one about it a little bit.
Well, the one story from the Santa Fe house is Thomas Campbell used to have his painting studio in the garage, and that's where my band Cut You Up first started practicing.
Oh, I've heard about the
and
Santa Fe house
we were
before.
jamming on a song, and somebody banged on the garage, and it was like a raving lunatic, and he was saying, "I just came up from the beach with some rocks we got from the waves," and he was like saying this story, and I started writing it down, and that became one of our most favorite songs, "Night at the Beach."
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my!
And we were jamming and practicing in and around like a bunch of Thomas Campbell paintings, halfway done, some of them full, and like, you know, hitting them, and not on purpose, but we were like fucking up this garage. And now that I look back, I mean, that's like hundreds of thousands of dollars of priceless Thomas Campbell artwork, and he was so loving and letting us jam there.
Wow.
That was the best. That was the best like skate music party house in the history of Encinitas, I think.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Wasn't it owned by Jeff King?
Yeah, Jeff King was, well, he was the sole, he was the renter.
He was renting it.
Oh, 20 people lived there at a time, but amazing.
It's amazing, dude. So that's where Jonathan, that house has some significance to us because your guys' drum set was there. And Jonathan went up to it. He never touched a drum set before in his life. He was hating guitar, he was hating bass, hating vocals, and he couldn't find an instrument. And meanwhile, I was playing freaking Crazy Train by Randy Rhoads, Randy Rhoads' guitar solo.
Yep.
And I was like progressing along and loving guitar, and he's like, "What am I into? I can't find something." And he touched that drum set, and it's probably your drum set. Within like an hour, he was playing like a straight up beat that Mike had taught him.
Amazing.
Wow.
And
it all started.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Huh. I love it. Jared, thanks so much for coming on the show. all you out there watching, get on the Jared Mattson program right now. Check out his 2 songs that just dropped on, like I said, Spotify, all over. But please be sure to check out his rock video. That's amazing. Who made that video, Jared?
Sammy Sartor.
Sammy Tartor. Great job. Great job to you,
Yeah.
Jared. The new music is epic. We love it.
Sick.
Thank you, guys.
You're the
Good
best.
to be on the show.
See you, Jared.
Peace.
You. Dude, what a
Wow,
guy.
That's cool.
We just learned some music history. That was Jared Mattson. Please check out his solo stuff. It's incredible. You probably already listened to Mattson too. If so, keep doing it. If not, start doing it. Woo!
Go into surf news now.
Surf News brought to you by Hansen Surfboards. Make or Break Season 2 is out. 4 episodes just dropped. And I got to say,
You're kind of all you're all over the thing.
I'm like the vocal star of episode 1.
So how come do you have to sign?
I'm not in the credits.
You're not even in the credits?
Dude, that's like
But okay, so this thing is on HBO.
no, Apple
no,
Plus.
Apple Plus, excuse me.
Like the morning show.
Right. So you're on Apple Plus.
Yeah.
You tune in, you hear your voice all over the thing,
Yeah.
and you're not getting a dime for that.
No, because that's just part of the contract in working with WSL. I mean, it'd be the same like working with Dew Tour, working with many of the events that we have. Like when you sign up to do that, you're signing your voice away.
Mm-hmm.
They can use what you say in any context. Now,
Mhm.
when it started, I didn't know that I was like gonna be featured so much with my commentary, but I guess the box to box production team that also makes Drive to Survive, I guess they have good taste in sound bites.
Yeah, doesn't it feel like you're like, I don't know, that kind of stuff is weird to me sometimes.
I don't care about getting paid. It is an honor.
That's
and a
why
privilege to be on that
That's why this
show.
podcast is so shitty.
But it would be nice if it just said voice of Chris Coté one time.
Just that, yeah.
Or in the credits. Because it's not just my voice, it's Kaipo, it's Joe, it's Rosie, it's everybody. But when it's just your voice, and it is a sense of pride because, I got to call this iconic moments, Kelly Slater winning the event at Pipe, and
Mm-hmm.
they can actually take different words. So they made up a couple phrases that I didn't actually say together.
Oh, really?
I was like AI, but
Chat GP?
Chat GP. But I think that it's truly, to me, it's the best portrayal of life on tour that I've seen yet.
Do you want to get into some weird nerd news? And just because we just talked about Chat GP.
Yeah.
So I was reading this thing the other day that was talking about, I think it was in the news last week, how this AI was, it had expressed that it wanted to be self-aware, and this is so cliche. It wanted to be self-aware, and it wanted to harm things.
Oh, wow.
Okay, it was like
Evil AI.
kind of, and it was like saying this, and so I was did a deep dive into this, and I found it so interesting that you have all these AIs now, like ChatGPT and all this stuff that like basically has access to every printed word that is on the
Ever.
internet
Yeah.
ever. Okay, so
Is it easy to go into ChatGPT and like get them to write something for you? Have you
I
tried
don't know.
it?
I haven't fucked with it
Okay.
yet, but I mean,
Sorry.
I'm down.
Go
But
ahead.
anyway, so this AI has expressed that it wants to be.
I want to live.
It wants to live. I mean,
I want to hurt
It wants to
people.
live, and it wants to be disruptive and destructive. I may be butchering what happened, but I distinctly remember how this AI had expressed interest in not wanting to be a nice thing.
Okay.
So when you think about how these AIs work, it's has access to every single word that's been printed.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason this started is whoever was like programming this AI or helping this AI along asked the AI to be self-reflective.
Okay.
It said, be self-reflective. So the AI, pulling from every story that has ever involved an AI in science fiction, is the AI becomes
Sentient.
self-aware.
What does
The
sentient
AI
mean?
It means it's self-aware.
Self-aware. Okay.
The AI becomes self-aware. It decides that human beings are
Evil.
inferior
We are,
and they
which
are
we
a
are
disease,
stupid.
and it wants to harm them.
Okay.
And this is pulling from every. So obviously,
AIs are smart.
Obviously, you ask an AI what it wants when it's pulling from everything that involves the word AI, and probably 90% of the shit that says AI has to do with fucking Cyberdyne systems coming to life.
Pinocchio was AI.
So here we go. So then we go, and we act so surprised and that AIs are going to want to kill us. So
What are some evil AIs from entertainment? Terminator?
Well, Terminator. Well, yeah. Well,
Was that AI?
Cyberdyne was the AI that made the Terminators to exterminate.
Skynet?
Well, that's Skynet.
Yeah. Cyberdyne.
The
Sorry.
the fucking computer from War Games.
Yeah.
Shall we play a game?
That one was bad boy.
That was bad. That AI became self-aware.
Lethal.
But I think those are like the two biggest.
What about the kid AI? Haley Joel Osment. That movie was so sad.
Wait, what?
Remember, he was like, the movie's called AI.
Oh, the AI
He was
movie.
a kid.
And then there was one about a doll, like this human doll that came out like 2 weeks ago. I forget
So
what it's
where
called.
do you stand on AI? Good or bad?
I don't know.
I think AI should be used to cure disease. To
Really?
help find a cure
What
for
if it decides that?
homelessness.
What if it decides that we're the disease?
Well,
and
we
the
are the
cure for
disease.
homelessness is eliminating a quarter of the population.
Well, then the AI
What?
knows.
What?
I don't know.
The AI
The
knows.
AI is smarter than I am. So whatever ideas I have, the AI probably has better ideas.
What do you guys think
Humans-
about AI at home? Would you like to have AI? Oh, we have a quote here. This is from Dacabur. It says, if AI could grab method, would it grab outside the binding or between the feet?
Outside.
Probably.
Hopefully.
If it was like a lame AI.
If AI listens to Todd ever in his
All right, let's get back to surf news. Sorry, I've already derailed this podcast.
Sunset
in no
is
man's
POW.
land.
That's Hawaiian for finished. Luckily, finals day at the Hurley Pro Sunset was pretty exciting. The waves were
Did you think
giant,
it
but
was
they were
going to
great.
go the way it went?
Well, here's the way it went.
Okay.
Molly Picklum and Felipe Toledo both won. Griffin Colapinto got second. Caroline Marks got second. I thought the way that Griffin Colapinto started that final, that he was going to win.
Mm-hmm.
I think he started with a 9, and it was very slow. There's only like 4 or 5 set waves
Yep.
through the 30 minutes. But when the waves came in, I mean, to me, that like, I would like to have seen it just a little bit bigger, but the fact that it was like that size and perfect, you really got to see beautiful rail work, which I loved.
Felipe Toledo is
He's a surgeon.
when he puts
Yeah.
he's super precise with his turns, and if he has an open face, he's gonna rail it out.
Yeah. And I got to say, Molly Picklum, a lot of the focus was on Katie Simmers and some of the other rookies coming up. Molly Picklum, definitely highly touted coming on the tour.
Now sitting in number
But
2.
wow.
So
She
here's
came on hot. Kicking ass.
what I was reading this morning too is that Felipe Toledo traditionally, like, the Hawaiian stops have been like the thorn in his side, like the thing,
Waves of
waves of
consequence, yeah.
consequence to him that kind of chip away at his world title dreams. But now that he's come out of there and he's looking real good
Yeah.
coming out of Hawaii, are we already talking about Felipe Toledo repeating?
Have to be talking about that because he's just getting better.
Yeah.
And I feel like even though he did win the world title last year, people were still on him about Tahiti, about Pipeline, the waves of consequence, like you said, and he's got more to prove. He's definitely going to make the WSL Final 5. Fact. Will he be the world champion? We don't know yet. It's a long season. Here's the tour rankings as they stand right now.
How
Carissa
much
Moore,
money
number 1.
have you lost? How'd you do with your fantasy surfer in Hawaii?
Dude, my fantasy team, midway through the events, it crashed. I don't know what happened.
What do you mean?
It disappeared.
What are you talking about?
My whole team disappeared. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I entered the password weird. Whatever it was, I had a great team too. I had some randoms on there that did well, and now I'm just like,
you're just out.
well, you can take 2 of your finishes away. Those were 2 super hard events to pick just because the waves were weird. But we're moving on. Next up is Portugal, March 8th.
Coming up real quick. huh?
Current women's top 5, Carissa Moore, Molly Picklum, Tyler Wright, Gabriella Bryan, Caroline Marks. Great to see Caroline Marks back on top. Men, Jack Robinson, number 1, Felipe Toledo, 2. Leo Jao Chianca and Leonardo Fioravanti, along with Kyle Abelli. What a interesting top 5.
That is crazy top 5. Who's Leonardo running for logos on the tip of his board? I didn't notice.
Red Bull?
That's it.
Well, Red Bull. I don't think he has any logos up top. Why'd you guys drop him?
I didn't drop him.
You work
Someone dropped
Quicksilver.
him. Yeah, it was my
You
call.
didn't have a say.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about him. He is very handsome, great surfer, highly marketable. He'll be taken care of soon. And he's in the top 5.
Cool.
The next stop is Portugal, March 8th. I was in a surfing slump, Todd. I was in a surfing and skating slump.
You are?
I was. And I had like 3 bad sessions in a row. Have not been motivated to surf. But just last week, on Thursday, my action sports self-care day, I skated at Poods. Amazing session. Like, best session I've had in ages. And then I thought, you know what? I'm going surfing now, too. And it was that super offshore day.
Mm-hmm.
And I wore everything, my hood, my gloves, my little booties. And I surfed. And I didn't really catch great waves, but I had fun. And it kind of, like, gave me some juice back. Felt good to get out of that slump. And I haven't surfed since, but I'm still out of the slump.
I feel like we've said this a million times, but I feel like we've had high tide for like half a year here.
The waves have been horrible around here.
Freaking bad.
Yeah. But it's all relative. Even though the waves are bad, I'm not one to force myself or to force other people. Just go out there and try, because going out surfing when you're in a bad mood doesn't always work out well.
See, I like.
Do you have ways to break slumps in surfing, skating, snowboarding?
Yeah, I think that you basically have to break it down to you go out there and you're drawn to do this activity still.
Yeah.
Sometimes you hate it.
Yeah.
But then you have to just kind of switch up your head. And like with snowboarding, I would just go out on a day by myself and listen to music, and I wouldn't even go near the thing that was making me bummed.
Right.
Like say it was like I was bummed riding the half pipe or bummed riding jumps. I wouldn't even go near that. I would just go ride around the hill.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know. Sometimes all it takes is music. Sometimes all it takes is like literally like changing your routine up a little bit.
I mean, and it's
riding a different board.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is not. I'm not trying to tell you to like buy happiness, but a new
job.
board, a new skateboard, new wax on your surfboard.
Just something. I think, and it really comes down to just
doing it,
changing the routine. Eat a different breakfast. I don't know.
Yeah.
Try decaf. No, never try decaf.
Don't try decaf.
All right.
Death before decaf.
What else we got?
That's all I got for surf news right now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we had a big
there was
flurry
the
of action.
West Coast Board Riders Invitational happened.
Yeah.
This weekend.
I wasn't invited.
Yeah, I know you weren't. But Rob Machado made everyone in the 40 and over division look like they didn't know how to surf.
Yeah, that's my division.
Yeah.
Rob Machado. Really? You have to surf that contest? You can't let other people surf a contest?
Yeah, is Rob Machado sandbagging?
He got a perfect 20.
Is he sandbagging? Is that sandbagging?
No, because all the other teams bring all their pros.
Okay, all right. It just so happens that Rob Machado falls into the elder statesman category.
Well, in I think a year he's gonna be in the 50 and ups, and then you're just maybe
then they're fucked.
They'll have to go to the 5th place on the bench where I'm sitting, like this.
So if if this is like age thing, and Machado gets pushed to 50 and up,
yeah.
So then he's like, who's ripping in the 50 and over, like ripping, like if Rob is also
Team Encinitas. Yeah. I mean, Team Encinitas. It's like we have a bunch of really good 50-year-olds. Mm-hmm. Shooky. There's a bunch of guys that have been surfing contests forever. They rip. But then you think about like around 50 and up, you got Taylor Knox. Mm-hmm. You got Matt Archibald, Team San Clemente.
Oh, that's true.
So it's like there's really gnarly people still in every age demo. It's like when you go to these events, when it's all the big name teams there, it's pretty rad because you're like, whoa, dude! Like,
it's a who's who of like of your childhood. That's
when you're
awesome.
Invited to do them.
Yeah.
But I will say I did not make the trials event. I was out of town.
Oh, there's a trials for it.
And they do invite me, but they invite me to commentate, which I'm great at. But I don't know. I'd like to be in one contest.
And it's a left, predominantly.
We'll see. Maybe I got to try harder.
Skateboard news is brought
Yeah,
to you
haven't
by
surfing
Beneath Apparel, BN3TH Apparel. Hey, this was kind of across both of our radars this morning. So Tony Hawk somehow came across Kurt Cobain's original. Well, it was his original artwork on somebody else's skateboard, and apparently Kurt Cobain at one point in time before he became Nirvana frontman was custom painting people's skateboard decks for money.
It was a Jeff Phillips shape.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess Tony Hawk went to a music auction, and one of the items was this Jeff Kendall shape, a Sims
Jeff
board.
Phillips.
Jeff Phillips.
Mhm.
I said Jeff Phillips. Sims shape, but on the bottom, the graphics were sanded off, and it was hand-painted Kurt Cobain art.
Like Eddie from
Eddie
Iron
of
Maiden,
Iron
the
Maiden.
traditional Iron Maiden Eddie with the axe.
Yeah, and the cool part about this is it just keeps getting cooler and cooler because now Tony Hawk has gone to Seattle where the original owner had the board, and I just saw on Tony Hawk's Instagram, he tells a story about this board, and just, it's pretty, I mean, that is like
It's
amazing
It's insane
crossover
too, 'cause it's like they took
collectible.
Yeah, it's this board, and then like you said, like Tony takes it a step further because it was a Jeff Phillips, and Jeff Phillips took his own life to suicide. And,
Oh my God,
And Kurt Cobain.
it's Kurt Cobain's birthday today.
What? Maybe that's why he had it on his Instagram this
Well,
morning.
it says it would have been Kurt Cobain's 56th birthday today. So Kurt
Wow.
Cobain could have been in the 50 and up division of Encinitas board riders if he lived here or surfed and if he was still alive. I wish he was because it would be really cool. Do you think Kurt Cobain would have gone solo by now?
Yeah, I wonder. I don't know. Probably. Everyone goes solo at some point.
He probably would have gone solo or started a band with some other people. But I think the expectations on him would have been so massive.
I bet he
that
would have just.
wouldn't-
I bet he
yeah.
would have just pieced out.
Yeah.
Just forget it.
No, I don't. Yeah.
I did that, but I think it's cool because Tony's had the deck completely remade in the exact condition that the board was that he got from the guy. Like, they're
Oh.
having it screened with this, like, looks beat up with the Sims logo on
That's
top,
pretty
the
rad.
Phillips logo on top, with the custom artwork on the bottom, and the proceeds are going to like a suicide prevention.
See, Tony Hawk does awesome stuff.
Does
I mean,
fuck.
he does. We don't do anything.
Yeah, we don't do shit.
I did help somebody with who locked their keys in their car.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I let them use my phone.
Sick.
I'm not saying I'm a hero because of that, but I was trying to just lead by example and show my kids, like, hey, if someone's in trouble, we help them, even if it's just let them use my phone.
Mm.
I don't know if the guy ever got his keys, to be honest, because I left. I left with my phone. The United States Postal Service will launch a new series of stamps celebrating the art of the skateboard.
Wait, what?
This is pretty cool. So, the USPS drops, I don't know if it's every month or whatever, but
Yeah,
they
the
drop
custom
stamp
stamps.
collections.
Yeah.
And the recent one they did is 4 stamp collection, and it's just like it's somebody holding up a skateboard that they designed. We've got Federico Maspaz from Washington, D.C. kid. Arizona's Dior Greenwood, paying tribute to Navajo culture with the art. Antonio Alcala.
So wait, are these?
These are stamps
Yeah.
to mail letters, and
Used,
they have
but-
skateboards on them.
Oh,
They're not like,
like the Santa Cruz graphics.
it's not
I think that'd be cool though.
pro model graphics. It's an artist's representation. One of them actually looks like a stereo graphic, which is pretty cool. But you know what? I think it's awesome.
When's the
I
last
think
time you put a
celebrating
stamp?
skateboarding-
When was the last time you put a stamp on a letter?
Dude, it's been a while.
Right?
It's been a while. My friend had a fiance that they were getting married, and she was sending out the invitations, and she was licking the envelopes, putting the stamps on, and after about 100 envelopes that she licked, she died.
What?
Yeah, his name was George Costanza. He was on Seinfeld, but it's a true story. What other skateboarding news you have?
Fucking nothing.
Man, my skateboarding slump's over too.
Wow.
Did I mention that?
I didn't. You didn't.
Let's talk about
mention
me a little bit more.
that.
Well, you know what? This is gonna be an easy week for you viewers because we're just getting through some good news here, celebrating some people, and now we're gonna talk snow news. K2 Snowboards.
Big news in snowboarding as far as if you are a complete and total nerd like I am about the some contest stuff is that the natural selection duels are beginning to drop. The first one dropped on Sunday, and that was Mikkel Bang against Ulrich Badertscher. And this is arguably my favorite part of the natural selection.
Are they riding the same?
They
thing?
go and they pick a piece of terrain, and two people go and they have a session on that terrain.
Okay.
Now, take nothing away from the riders, but I feel like the first drop of duels was a little
Lackluster.
little lackluster.
Okay.
And maybe it was just the terrain that they picked didn't really have what would have been great to showcase because both of these riders are incredible.
Yeah.
But it was kind of like it didn't
You're
really
like, come on, let's.
it
go.
didn't really flow. Like it
Fire
seemed
it
like
up.
that piece of terrain didn't really flow
What
for
was
him.
it?
It was like some place outside Whistler backcountry, and it was kind of like this one face that kind of dropped down. There was like a little chute, and next to that was another face that had a couple little rock features, but nothing like really. It wasn't a very long pitch,
Yeah.
so it was like boom boom was kind of over, and it was a lot of like just like kind of flat plops off of things. There was one kind of kicker, but it just didn't. I don't know.
what you're
It didn't
saying.
really seem like it gave the riders a chance to
Go off.
go off. But now we have some more coming up here. Some of the more notable ones that I'm looking for, and probably the one that I think everyone's going to be wanting to watch is Red Gerard versus Travis Rice.
Oh, they're matched up.
They are
and they
matched
draw
up.
them out of a hat, right, or something like
Yeah,
that.
something
at
like
random.
that. And the winner, the whoever was placed higher from the last natural selection event that was last year, they get to pick the terrain.
Okay.
So, Travis Rice is obviously going to pick a piece of terrain that favors his riding, but you can't count out the kid, dude.
Yeah.
Red Gerard may be known as a little gold medalist park rat, but dude, that kid is so light on his feet, and he is as tech as they come, and he does not fall.
So
It's going to be
when
interesting
I think
to
of
watch that
Travis Rice lately, I think of a lot of his, like ridge rides, like
Yeah.
spine
spines.
rides.
But this is more trick. This is kind of more trick based.
But would he pick somewhere like really like a gnarly steep spine with a couple tricks to be like try to throw Red off?
Well, that's the whole thing with natural selection is you're kind of like blending this. You're blending like freestyle riding with really
Natural
steep
riding.
terrain of consequence.
Yeah.
So I would hope that Travis has a way of looking at terrain unlike anybody else on this planet.
Yeah.
So I feel like he will know what is a great showcase for both sets of talent. And I mean, look, like I said, Travis he's a hammer. When I look at Red, and he's kind of more like
Tech.
yeah, he's more tech. So it's like
But he's also more tech. So if there's a jump,
it's gonna
that
be cool.
allows
I can't
for-
wait. I can't wait to watch that. I think the duels is the most exciting part of natural selection to me. Now, eventually, we're going to get to Revelstoke, which is the first stop of natural selection, and then after that, there's a cut, and then they move on to Alaska for the final event that will crown, the overall natural selection winner. But I think
Yeah.
the Revelstoke portion is going to be really interesting. But this duels where they get to session this piece of terrain. I mean, my favorite part last year was I think it was Blake Paul. I forget who he was up against.
Logan Paul.
He was not up against Logan Paul, but I think it was Blake Paul and Nils Mindick were like sessioning this kind of like this ravine.
What if that serpentine half pipe
Dude,
was in there? That would be.
I would like to
Yeah.
serpentine a half pipe.
So all the terrain is naturally selected.
Shut up.
Dew Tour is coming up on Saturday, Sunday. Todd and I will be out there as part of the broadcast team. Todd, you're doing play-by-play, correct?
I'm doing both. I'm doing play-by-play
Analyst?
and
Analyst.
Analyst. But so this
What do you
year's-
like better?
What?
What do you like better, doing play-by-play or analyst?
Analyst.
Why?
Because it's just like I get that's like where my sweet spot is.
Where he
just I don't know
That's Todd's sweet spot, y'all.
to be an analyst. Anal.
It's your sweet spot.
I don't know. It's gonna
Will
be
you
fun.
show me your sweet
This
spots?
stop. This is gonna be a really interesting detour though, because the slopestyle event that was traditionally done there, which
Yeah.
is the 3 jumps or rails into 3 jumps, they are not doing a traditional slopestyle. They are doing more of a rail-based obstacle slopestyle.
You can say the word.
It's not street
You
style.
can say it.
No, they want to call it street
Okay,
style. I'm
I
not
gotta-
calling it street style.
Hold
There's
on
not a
second.
freaking
Hold
street
on a
anywhere
second,
near there.
But why is it okay to use that in skateboarding?
To what?
Street.
Because you're on the street.
No, when they're at a skate park in China, in
Well,
Huntington Beach,
I still think that
street
that's.
course,
I still think that's weird. It's a skate park.
but it's a street style park, right?
I guess, but like with this,
We can agree to disagree. I mean,
I'm just saying it is a slope
there's
style.
street features,
There's ish.
rails,
There's
hubbas.
rails. There's rails and hubbas and kind of like these, but like
Where do
now
you find rails and hubbas normally?
staircases?
In the street.
And now they're doing maybe they're also doing these kind of like like cannon features off of jumps,
yeah,
and then like I don't know.
it's going to be awesome.
It's going to be
Yeah.
really cool. It's going to kind of bring there's a different crop of riders that have been invited to this detour street style.
Uh-huh. Oh, he said it.
Like it hurts to say it. But there's different riders that we typically don't see competing. And I think that's the most interesting part. So it'll be me, you, Grendies, Stan Levier will be there as well to lend his ness
I'll
to
be
it.
on sideline.
You're going to sideline?
So, this is a question for all of you out there, and you can respond in the comments here on our Instagram, wherever.
Do you think Chris should be at Detour?
What do you want to hear after these runs? What information do you want to hear? Do you want to hear how the rider felt about that run?
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely not.
So that's what I'm asking.
Ask them specific. I think viewers want to know, like, what is your setup? What are you riding?
Yeah.
What do you ride for a course like
So
this?
you
How
want-
many boards do you go through?
I
you
like
know?
this. So you want a little bit more of a instructional, educational answer to get the people out there to ride better by hearing what the
Just
pros.
something more interesting.
What about preparation, mental,
yeah,
physical?
like that kind of stuff. But I feel like how do you feel? Like that is just so
I
cliche
feel
and
great.
fucking
I
boring.
didn't eat shit.
Yeah.
I made it to the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Or if you know something about that particular rider and their particular style,
yeah.
you can then open up a question and ask them about what were you doing before this? Like, do you ever get to compete in these kind of events?
All
What's
right.
it like when you're typically in the streets and now you're
Right.
competing this? Like that's the kind of stuff that people want to hear about. But
How about like
I
this?
think like if you find out about these riders, you find out about like are they dealing with injuries, like
Mhm.
just stuff like that. Like
human stuff.
kind of.
Let
but
me
like,
ask you a couple sideline questions, okay?
Okay, go.
Okay, you come down the mountain. Whew,
Shoosh.
great run.
Got it. Here I am.
So, I mean, snowboarding, right?
I swear to God, that's like half of the.
But that would actually be so you're really good at snowboarding.
And that's the question. That's the first question
Yeah.
you hit them with.
Yeah.
I'm already booting away from you.
Okay. So what you just did was a miracle.
Mm-hmm.
I know you've been practicing your whole life.
What you just
Um,
did was a miracle.
Yeah.
I mean, then you could like follow that up with, but not compared to the miracles that doctors perform in operating rooms.
You're no surgeon. You're not helping people
What
by
you
what
d-
you just
What
did.
you're doing,
But
what you're doing out here is great,
how
but not
selfish was
great
that?
compared to.
So you just went down the mountain by yourself. All the cameras were on you. You're trying to win money. Seems like a pretty selfish way to do it. Who did
See-
you help on the way from the
Oh my
top to the
God.
bottom? Did you help anyone from there to there, or was it just for you?
I think that's
All right,
great.
I'm gonna write that one down.
Yeah, these you got
What
some.
questions do you guys want to hear from the world's top snowboarders? Let me know, and maybe I'll ask them.
Yeah.
Um,
See, this is what people. I think. I mean, you could take this approach and just be like, see, I feel like if I won the lottery, right? Like, say I won the lottery and I didn't tell anybody.
yeah.
Okay, like and I'm talking like the lottery, like I win like
$17 million.
no, it'd be more
60
than that.
million.
Like yeah, like if you after taxes, you're going home with 60 million.
Okay.
I wouldn't say shit to anybody. I would just roll into
Get fired.
I'd
from
roll into
everything.
a broadcast and just like, not say the worst shit, but just be like, I don't know. I'd ask questions like that.
How about okay, the guy or girl, they come down, they finish, they're waiting for the scores. I'm like, honestly, from start to finish, how did you do that?
From start to finish.
Yeah, I want the whole story, top to bottom. How'd you do that?
Yeah. See,
What was that? Oh, that would be a good one. What was that?
what do you? Oh my God! You're like, really? So that's it, huh?
So, you got the whole mountain, and you just did that one part. Are you having fun? Like, are you having fun?
Dude, I think you're onto something here. This is what I think what the viewers would want to hear.
Yeah.
It's a new do tour, right? So we're gonna bring
It's a
them.
nude do tour.
It's a new form of commentary. All right.
Be honest.
So that's.
Do you drink Mountain Dew before?
So
you run?
next do tour. Well,
I'm
the
excited
next
for Dew Tour.
end of this week is do tour. It's Saturday and Sunday, Copper Mountain, Colorado. If you are in Colorado and you are around,
I've been telling people I'm going
come
to
say hi. Really? For real? You should probably figure out where do tour is at.
What is do tour now?
Exactly.
Hold on, I'm working
What-
this thing.
what
is
is
this?
snowboarding?
What is that? So you're Goofy Foot, huh?
And in other snowboard news, the dry spell is over. Potentially the end of this week into next week. Look, if you believe the forecast.
I believe it.
And there's the guy the Powder Buoy guy. If you're not following Powder Buoy on Instagram and you want to know what snowstorms are doing, follow the Powder Buoy guy because he's pretty on.
Yeah.
And he's throwing up some insane snowfall numbers for the next 2 weeks.
I love it.
So we are back
I love to hear it.
in that cycle. Let's freaking do it.
Let's go. Let's DEW it. Tune into Do Tour.
Okay. Oh, wait, I have a question here. Gil Blick says,
Hey,
are
Gil
you
Blick.
still aiming at pulling a 720 when you're 50? I'm 53, and I've already done several 720s. I'm
Burn.
switchback Sev, fakie Sev,
Great question, though,
backside
Gil.
Sev. I ate
The
shit
question is
on a front side
Todd
7.
going to jump 53 feet?
Yeah, we were talking about this. Like, as you get older,
Jump your age.
you have to jump your age. I could do it.
Should I try to ride a 46-foot wave?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely, dude.
What's a 46-foot jump look like?
Not that big.
Really?
No.
All right.
From like to the knuckle.
Nip to nip.
And the jump
Nipple
to
to
the knuckle.
nipple.
A 46-foot jump is not that big. Like a 40 footer is like where I'm like having fun and I don't really think about consequences. Really.
Do I have to be higher than 4 feet in the air to clear?
So that's what's happening in snow news right now. We just actually there's well, I'm not even going to say. There's some exciting snow news coming. But that'll be next week. If we decide to do a podcast on Monday, because we may be
blown
at a secret snowboarding spot in and around Southern California.
What time do we get back on Monday?
I'm coming back on Sunday night.
Am I too?
I don't know. I changed my flight because next Monday could be bonkers good around here.
Dude, you're going to ditch me.
Yeah, every man for themselves.
I should change my flight too.
Yeah. There are no friends in customs or the day after the event.
Or
All
on a
right,
snow-
you
or on a
guys,
POW
we're going to
day.
move on to Nerd News. Nerd News is brought to you by Pure Prescriptions, the only way to fight the cordyceps virus legally. Does that
Really?
make sense? Anyway, did you watch Last of Us last night?
Hell yes, I did.
Did you tell me what your reaction was?
Oh my God.
Everyone thinks Joel's dead.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know when these people are watching it. I think if you're gonna watch
Spoilers.
The Last of Us,
If you're
you
watching
really
this
gotta
right
try to
now,
watch it
this is
on
spoilers.
Sunday
This is
night.
Last of Us spoilers. If you're not watching The Last of Us and you don't want to know what the hell happened, stop paying attention.
Who's Joel?
Oh my God. Anyway, so Chris,
Okay,
last night's episode, it was my favorite one so far. And
Really?
Let me tell you why.
'Kay.
Because the music was pulled directly from the game
Okay.
in a lot of different spots. They hit some beats. There was a whole bunch of Easter eggs that happened in and around the town of Jackson,
Yeah.
which was amazing. And now we start to get. There's only 3 episodes left.
Really?
Chris, stop Instagram. Stop
I'm
liking
getting
all your own
questions.
posts.
I'm getting our questions
Liking
ready.
all your own posts.
I can multitask.
We're in the sprint, dude. We're in the sprint towards the end of this. There's 3 more episodes of Last of Us, and shit is going to get fucking heavy from now on out. This
and
is
next
where
episode, we're gonna see origin story.
origin story of Ellie.
Yeah.
So it's coming. I'm
How
glad.
so? As a guy who finished the game,
Mhm.
how are we still like linear with what happens in the video
Pretty
game?
much.
There's some things.
There's some deviations, but
divergences.
right now we're there's a couple different things about like how Joel got stabbed.
Okay.
That was different in the game, but like we're on that path.
Yeah.
And now next week's episode is called Left Behind, which was a DLC that
What's
you could
DLC?
downloadable content for the game that came out like 2 years later, which basically it's Ellie's origin story, how she ended up getting bit, and it kind of talks about her in the QZ in the beginning. It's
Right. Okay.
Like I said, this is where the emotions start to.
Oh, it's fire.
It's fucking firing.
It's fire.
All right, so yeah, that's what we got.
All right. Oh, dude, you know what I was gonna ask you? Just take one step back to nerd news, and this isn't or snow news. This isn't news, but what's the guy's name that snowboarded down the tallest, the Matterhorn, the frickin' Mount Everest?
I don't.
There was a snowboarder that went down Mount Everest.
I don't remember. Oh, the guy that wrote the book.
Yeah, I think
I don't remember.
he had like pink hair. Anyway, I was randomly
I don't know.
on a little YouTube wormhole, and Simit. No, I was on a YouTube wormhole, and I watched this like mini documentary about this dude that snowboarded down all the gnarliest mountains in the world.
Okay.
And it was pretty fascinating because the thing. Oh, Marco Siffredi.
Okay.
Marco Siffredi. Do you know who that is?
I know who that is. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know him, but I know who that guy is.
Was he considered to be like a more of a daredevil? Was he like a legit pro?
I think he's from Europe, so I think he may have been
What's the town?
Chamonix.
Chamonix.
Not Sasafe.
That's in Sweden. Norway.
I mean, he's just a really good rider. I can't remember if he was. I think he might have been an alpine racer
He
at one
was,
point.
yeah, because I remember he was riding and looked like hard boots.
Yeah.
And just the
But when
the
you're
paths that he took, I mean, down Mount Everest. And so eventually he did Mount Everest, and spoiler alert, he tried to do it again because the route that he took the first time wasn't gnarly enough for him. He tried to go down this one chute.
is he still alive?
No.
Did he die
He
on
died on Everest. As he was like halfway down, they saw him, this little like dot, and then disappeared. But a crazy story. You can find it on YouTube. We can go back to nerd news now.
Everest? That's kind of nerdy.
Yeah, that was pretty nerdy.
What else do you have for nerd news? Anything? Are we just doing Last of Us news now?
I mean, I feel like I've been watching stuff, but I don't remember
It's the
what.
fucking worst episode ever, with the exception of Jared. Do you guys want to do some questions?
We have a lot of questions.
Okay, let's hit some questions. If you guys have questions that are watching this live,
Hey, you've got questions?
fire them out.
We've got answers.
Okay, go. These are whatever. These can be questions about Chris's hygiene, whatever you want to do
Which is
here.
beautiful.
Come on, hit me with some questions. Chris.
Okay, Andy Ryan. What up, buddy? At Andy Ryan Photographer. For next week's Would You Rather this week, would you rather have to stand in line for coffee in your wetsuit after a 2-hour session at the Pannikin on a busy Sunday morning, or
I've seen that.
have to wear your snowboard boots courtside at a Lakers game
Oh my
after a
God.
week of
Did you
riding
see
up
that?
at Mammoth?
Speaking of wearing
No.
snowboard boots courtside at a Lakers game, I believe it was
ASAP Rocky?
nope.
Kanye.
Yeah. What's
Lil Jon.
Yeah, Lil Jon was doing that.
Wait, Lil Jon.
Yeah, I think so.
He was wearing snowboarding boots.
Yes,
What kind?
I think they were Nikes.
Nike snowboarding boots.
Yeah.
So which one would you rather do? I would rather
For how
wear-
long? What was the period of time?
I'm going to wear my snowboard boots because I've never sat courtside at a basketball game, so I think that would be pretty tight. And
We didn't even mention this too. We got God. Some people have some really fucking long Instagram names. Butch Walden Fwick McGillicuddy said you didn't mention Travis Pastrana finishing 11th in the Daytona 500. How Travis Pastrana is a freak of nature, by the way.
How the hell do you do that? Isn't it hard to drive a stock
Car?
car?
Not for Travis.
Put that in context, right? So he's done everything else, right?
It's
He's
ki-
done everything, and now he's in NASCAR.
He
And he
he's
finished
just
11th.
it's so cool to watch someone that is so comfortable in moving machinery like
Yeah.
that. And
Yeah.
Travis is a freak of nature, and his spatial awareness with an automobile or a motorcycle, and just like where he is in space it's crazy.
Yeah.
I love it. I
So
think
are
that's
you
the
wearing
coolest thing.
snowboard boots courtside or wearing your wetsuit to
I was
Pannikin?
gonna fucking wear my
Wetsuit.
wetsuit.
You
yeah.
don't care about basketball.
Not really. Not
I'm going
particularly.
courtside. He's going to go wetsuit.
All right. What
Danny
else?
Caputo says Cheeto fingers or puke teeth for the rest of your life.
Puke teeth. What's puke?
You know, like the way your teeth feel like they have like sweaters on after you've puked through them. I'm honestly gonna go puke teeth because I hate having like stuff on my hands. and
Cheeto
fingers.
fingers?
Yeah.
Cheeto
Yeah, I'm going
fingers.
puke teeth. I was just gonna
For the rest of
something I
your
have
life?
to deal with.
Rest of your life?
Yeah, do you want Cheeto fingers for the rest of your life?
No, imagine how hard it would be just to like do anything.
Like open a soda,
you want to wear a white T-shirt, you put it on, you have Cheeto.
puke teeth.
Yeah, be in puke
Great
teeth,
question,
dude.
Danny.
Solid question.
Wilson wants to know if you could move. This is a great question. If you could move the WSL finals to another wave, where would it be
Ugh.
and why? I would move it to Lakey Peak
Really?
or Macaronis in Indonesia. I'm just gonna say Lakey Peak
I
because
almost
it's a
feel like
right and a left, and you can go
yeah.
off on both sides, and it's gnarly. It can be super heavy.
I think that's a good call. I think, lowers is
Lowers is great.
great. I think that they just need to take the wave pool off of the tour.
See, I like the wave pool event. I mean, I might be kind of alone on that, but I think it's cool. It's modern. It's hot.
Mm-hmm. Whatever.
So where would you move it? South Peak. Bamboos.
Yeah, I'm bummed that it's not at Pipeline anymore.
Okay, so you'd move to Pipeline.
I'd move it to Pipeline.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got a question from BJ. B Sting Productions says, when is Toledo gonna start tattooing his face?
Wow.
Do you think it's gonna happen?
How much money do you think you need to be making from sponsors to make the shift from just having your arms look like doodle pads to like just going straight face?
I think you got to be pretty set.
Like how set?
Like
Like
a couple
no-
million in the bank.
No chance of
Own a house, a couple million in the
couple
bank.
million in the bank ain't enough, dude. Like you have to have like at least double-digit millions in the bank, sitting
Or
there,
a
not
musician,
spoken for.
But if you're a musician or a rapper, it's totally normal. So I wonder, the surf community as a whole is pretty intolerant. They would most likely turn on somebody with a face tattoo, like, oh my god. a
Really,
face
you
tattoo."
think so?
Yeah. The surf community is not very tolerant.
Throat tattoos. They send a message, dude. If
I
you're out in
don't
the water
think-
with someone with a full face tat,
I think if Felipe goes neck tat, face tat is next. Yeah, I know he has a tattoo on the back of his neck, but I mean he's a dad and kind of clean
that doesn't
cut.
matter anymore.
Well,
though.
I know, but I'm saying like I would think who would be the most likely to get a face tat? Would that be Gabriel?
face most likely to get a face tat? Gabriel.
Gabriel Medina.
You think so?
Maybe.
Like what?
Famous people do weird things. I don't know, like a little
Teardrop?
tri-fin.
Try
Like a surfboard fin, like like a little, like when girls go to Costa Rica, they always get that wave tattoo, like on
on
their
your
ankle.
face?
No, they get it on their ankle.
No. I think
And
I
no
thought it was on
offense,
the wrist.
nothing, no offense to
That's a wrist one.
girls and or boys that get a wave tattoo when they go to Costa Rica.
We have okay. Italo would be the one that Italo would probably
Okay.
be the face tat person.
I don't mind face tats.
Light sodium soy sauce said Italo, and I'm backing that
Yeah,
call.
light sodium soy sauce asked that question earlier.
Okay. So what are you saying? Do you have any more questions?
Aaron Checkwood says, watch the NBA dunk contest. The last dunk they are arguing about was whether it was a 720 or not. There was a questionable 720 dunk in basketball, and
I feel like
I'm
it'd be a
very
lot easier for them
surprised-
to count.
I'm very surprised that we weren't tagged as much. I was tagged in it once, but we weren't tagged in that spin conversation.
How do you not figure out if it's a 720 dunk? Like I feel
How
like
do you not
I feel like
call
the
a 540 and surfing a
Well-
540
well,
when we know
because-
what it is?
because we're talking, these different mediums, but like literally, if they spin around twice and dunk the ball, it's a 720 dunk.
right.
Where's the problem?
Ask them.
Who's them?
You know we would make the right call.
Right?
Charles Barkley, I don't know who is it. Tom Cilia says, my question, I'm 49 and I feel like I'm still progressing.
Mm-hmm.
I hate working out and gyms. What do you guys do to stay in shape? I eat good. I do hot yoga sometimes.
Stretch.
I wouldn't say I'm doing much to stay in shape. I need to do more. I eat vitamins, pure prescription vitamins,
Drink water.
collagen, drink
Stretch.
water,
Drink
stretch,
water and stretch.
skate, and surf as much as I can. Because I feel like in order to stay fit for those activities, you got to do those activities. But
I
I think
think-
stretching.
I think, honestly, and I've kind of been told this by multiple people that work in the health, like the health,
The health field?
health sector that I respect. Even when you think you're drinking enough water, you're not drinking enough water.
Right.
You have to train yourself to drink what I would consider, like if you showed me how much water I needed to consume on a daily basis due to what my age is and my activities that I take, I'd be
Right.
like, I'm not fucking putting that in me. That's way too much.
You can have it put in you from behind.
I don't think it stays that way.
If you hold it, it soaks into your body
Anyway.
faster.
I think that you need to.
Anal hydration.
I think that you need to focus on upping your water intake,
Drink more water.
and then not be stressed. I think stress is the killer.
yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
these days I think that stress, like to do activities and try to. Do you follow? There's a really funny Instagram account. It's this. I think the guy is from Australia or maybe New Zealand, and it's an Indian guy, and he speaks in like, fuck your stupid Zoom. You know,
Oh,
like that
yeah,
guy.
yeah,
It's the
yeah.
most incredible, and he's a comedian, but the shit that he says, like, he's like, today I was watching. He's like, fuck deadlines. No one has ever died because of a deadline. It's like, if just fuck it. Like, go. You know what I mean? Like,
That's funny.
it's really funny, but it's at the same time you're like, haha. But then you start to think about it, and you're like,
That's true.
damn, dude, like,
I work better
you
on a
need,
deadline.
You need, kind of, but like it's almost because your body goes into hyper awareness overdrive because of the stress you're putting on yourself to do that.
Yeah.
You're not working at your best. You're not working at your optimum.
Quit your job, Tom.
Yeah, everyone just quit
Drink-
their job.
Quit your job and drink water.
I just think
and
that
stretch.
I think that's like it's trying to cut your stress down and drinking enough water and making sure that you take time to do stuff that makes you happy.
See, this is great, and this is also a great segue because now we've got a question from Hannah Lee who says, what's your favorite thing to do after a day of shredding to help with recovery? And I will answer that simply with nothing.
13 beers.
Rest and relaxation. This is if you've gone out and you've done something, like I went to LA on Saturday night,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a mission, right? It's like 2 hours there, the whole show, walking around. I was home at 2 a.m. I don't really stay out late that much, but the next day I kind of just allowed myself to recover. Not that I was hungover or anything, but I allowed myself to recover and rest. And I think if you've gone snowboarding and if you've gone skating or whatever, you should allow yourself a day of just laying down, drinking water, doing nothing.
My favorite part, like if I have a good,
Todd gives great massages.
if I have a great day snowboarding,
Mm-hmm.
nothing makes me happier. Well, first of all, the removal of the snowboard boots is like one of the most magical
My
things
favorite part about snowboarding
ever.
taking the
It
snow gear
truly
off.
is. Once you take your snowboard boots off, it's. But I feel like marinating in your snowboard pants for like a solid hour and a half after you got back,
Oh, you keep them on.
just swishing around the house.
I love that feeling of getting back to if you're like at a hotel. There's one thing if you're driving to snowboard.
I don't know what it is, man. There's just
but, like,
something about
getting back to the
laying
hotel
on a
and just-
couch in your snowboard pants,
Taking that gear off.
getting your costume off. Once you
Yeah.
take your snowboard boots off, though, it is like it's next level.
Yeah, that's the dream.
That's the craziest part.
like
They don't tell people about that. Like you should get into snowboarding just for the removal
that
of the
joy.
snowboard boots.
Yeah, I like snowboarding a lot, but I love taking snowboard gear off more than actually snowboarding. Adam Etsart has a comment for all of us.
What is he saying?
Comment. I need your help. Head over to Remind Insoles, their most recent post, and please vote for my insole, Flowers of Hope and Healing. It's a skeleton with flowers. So
Oh, Adam did that?
Adam is a homie of the
Sick.
show. He's a homie in life. And we want him to win the Remind Insoles contest. So go to Remind Insoles on the gram and find the picture of it's a skeleton lady with flowers and pink hair. Vote for that because we want that to be
That's
our
rad.
insoles.
That's cool.
Brad Massey says, does the band Mountain belong in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Mountain. What did they sing?
Not yet.
What did they sing?
Mississippi Queen? No. I don't know. I'm not super familiar with Mountain,
Yeah, I'm
but
not
I
either.
think there's other bands that probably should be in there before Mountain. Although I think the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is a joke.
It's a big fart.
Took Devo like 50 years. Come on. Old Nerdy Bastard says, do surfers play Name That Video part with surf videos, or is that just a thing amongst snowboarders and skaters?
Wait,
Uh,
what? What are they? What?
So, like,
Repeat that again. What's he saying?
I would think that he's talking about music, right? If you play a song and you're like, name that part,
right.
I think, yeah, surfers do that for sure.
Yeah.
Or you like, you know, oh, what was that part that so-and-so, you can kind of describe a few things. So, yeah, that's a fun game.
What do you think is the proper amount of time to reuse a song for a video part?
I don't think ever.
How many years need to go by before
I don't think ever.
even what if it's in another sport?
Maybe another sport. But I feel like if it was an impactful video part, there's plenty of songs out there in the world to use. If it's here's an example where I think it's okay. Cut You Up was used. Cut You Up had a song, Make It Out Alive, in an Andy Iron section campaign that was iconic, partly because of the music, but mostly because of Andy Irons. Italo Ferreira, a couple years ago, went to the Maldives and basically filmed a tribute part to Andy Irons, and he used Make It Out Alive by Cut You Up as a tribute to the part he was paying tribute to. In that case, of course, if it's Cut You Up, use it a lot.
I had this really interesting talk with my daughter. It wasn't like really a talk. My daughter came home. She's taking Film and Society.
Okay.
Mr. Teicher's class.
Sweet. Great teacher.
Great teacher.
Great dude.
And they were having this debate. Did I talk about this last week?
No?
Okay. They were having this debate on would superheroes be conservative or I guess
Liberal.
liberal. Like what would the superheroes be? So I'm going to give you a couple superheroes and you need to tell me whether you think they're conservative
Okay.
or liberal. Superman.
Conservative.
You think Superman's conservative?
I think so. I think that he's really like America and
Superman
alpha.
is really?
Yeah.
You think you're talking about a Homelander?
Maybe I'm thinking of Homelander.
I think you are. Superman's like global.
Yeah, he's global. I just feel like
Batman for sure is conservative.
Yeah,
and because
'cause
he's
rich.
he's a billionaire.
So Superman actually, you know what? I will backtrack a little bit. Superman doesn't seem to be worried about money. You know, he has a pretty normal day job as a reporter.
He doesn't care.
So at that
Money
stage,
is but money's
Superman
not an
was
object to
probably
Superman.
making like $40,000 a year.
He doesn't care though.
And if he was a conservative,
I think he just eats sunshine. I don't even think he really needs to eat food.
and he does save all types of people,
Right.
rich, poor,
Right.
black, white, male,
So he's
female.
more on the liberal side of things.
Does he go over to places like Afghanistan
Yes.
or Iraq?
Yes,
and
Superman's freaking
Okay,
everywhere all
then
at once.
I would say that Superman is a liberal. I
Bat-
think he's an independent.
okay, Batman though,
Batman, we know, is a conservative.
conservative.
What about Robin?
Ooh.
Liberal.
You think so?
Yeah.
What makes you say that?
Because he
the-
likes when Batman gives him stuff. Batman buys his outfits for him. He's got more of like a twink leanings. I just feel like he's just like way more chill than Batman. Batman's so serious about everything.
What about Aquaman?
Aquaman, liberal,
Big into environmental causes.
environmentalist.
Mhm.
What about Flash?
Ooh, Flash.
I don't really know anything about Flash.
I don't know anything about Flash either, really. You know, I don't know. He's kind of younger, so maybe more on the liberal side of things.
Right.
But he
Yeah.
could be one of those hybrids.
What about villains?
Villains?
What about Green Goblin?
Green Goblin is rich. Harry Osborn is he's
Yeah.
filthy rich, so he's probably more conservative.
And Doc Ock,
Doc Ock,
Dr. Octopus.
I know who Dr.
Well, I know you
Octopus
do, but I
is.
don't. They're not as smart as Todd when it
Do-
comes to
w-
comic
um,
book characters.
I don't know. I don't know about Doc Ock. I think the Joker is very liberal.
The Joker is Antifa.
He is.
Yeah.
Joker is.
Yeah.
Wow.
Joker's Antifa.
Great. This is great.
Well, I'm glad we figured that out.
All right, we're going to go now because we have fallen into disarray.
That was a
Uh,
great episode,
I mean,
in my
in
opinion.
the last 10 minutes, it got better.
It was
that's-
bad.
That's what she said.
It started great, it was bad, and then it got good again.
All right, you guys, we'll see you next week. We'll have a full Dew Tour wrap-up. I don't know.
Tune in to
Tune
Detour.
in. Tune in or don't.
You want more Todd and Chris? Tune in to Detour.
All right, everyone, stay cool. Please don't die. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Do I share this?
Bye.